Let's get ready to rumble! This
Let's
is an
not.
Adventures in Random presentation, and that probably would work better when I was actually fighting a boss, but here I'm traveling through hell a little bit more.
To fight a boss.
Yep. And I wouldn't suggest fighting any of these guys with the bugs on their back. They're slow as hell, and if you kill them, they release maggots that are actually worse than the guys you just finished fighting.
For the most part, they don't move, but two of them do.
Yeah, and they'll move a little bit more after you've killed the one firekeeper up there for the soul, because they'll be pissed at you for that.
Yeah.
But they're still slow as hell. Though this may work, because we're actually fighting a boss, so this is one of the least epic boss fights so far. And it is technically the hardest, because this one's prone to glitching, and so you have a really hard time actually fighting it, like, correctly. The only way to really kill it is to either cheat or go in, get the armor, and get out and just give up on whatever's down on the lake. And you honestly don't actually need to do it, because I think you can get by to the other side if you don't do the lake, because it goes off to the side, but I'm not sure.
Nope, unfortunately, there's no way down into the Isleth domains other than past the lake.
I wasn't sure, because it seemed like there might have been a path that goes off to the side, but I don't know how much of it was covered in Ceaseless Discharge, GUI Discharge.
Well, according to some online places that we can't give names to, if you were to join the Chaos Sisters Covenant and give them 30 humanity, 30, because he didn't have enough already, and it would open up that elevator that you stepped on earlier, that pad, to where you could go straight down. But I have yet to have that work, even giving them all 30.
I don't know. I've never tried. I usually just beat this guy, even though it takes a while. And it's slightly easier if you're using a spear, but the katana still works. You just never get to slash enough for the bleed to kick in and take out a chunk of the health.
Although bleeding would be nice.
It just builds up a little too slow. And that armor is actually useful, and the build where you actually see me fight him is where it works, because I try to get past, but I don't think it quite works. I don't remember if I show my deaths or not.
Well, there is a way in this boss to lure him back towards the beginning. And they say, if you can manage to do it right, and stop just before the white door, he will fall or trip off a little ledge, and all you'll have to do is smack him a few times on one of the smaller arms that's holding him up, and he'll just fall in the lava.
I haven't gotten that to work. And as you'll see, I'm about to have a... Yeah, I died shortly after that, and I expected to cut that out. I'm surprised I didn't. This may be a fairly unedited version for some reason, but yeah, he murdered me.
Violently. Twice.
And this is actually the second or third time, as you see, I put on the armor, because it's got some fire resistance. And I think this is the run where I actually beat him, because I think I just went with a run where I actually succeeded and didn't quite edit it correctly. I don't know why. Usually pretty good about editing. Everything else is edited.
Except, of course, this audio.
True. But most of the audio isn't edited, because by the time I've edited the video for this, the audio pretty well has to sync up correctly for a lot of the stuff to make sense.
Either that, or what we're talking about right now got edited out.
True.
And they never heard me say that it's not edited.
Possibly.
There's a conundrum. Alright, as you can see on your new attempts, he will come after you.
Yes. And he will...
Wreck your shit.
Yeah. For me, he generally pretty well spams that blast thing, which is why I can't really fight him out in the open like I would like to. Because he's supposed to only do that once or twice and alternate between other attacks. But for some people, he will occasionally glitch out and just do the fire blast for all eternity. And for some people, he will do it anytime you're not stuck behind a wall.
For me, whenever he glitched out, he did it infinitely. Like, not, oh, you're not behind a wall, let's hit you. It was even when I'm back here where Caydor is currently, I got fire blast in the face. Because apparently it moves through solid rock.
Yeah, well, some of it. A lot of the bosses can actually clip through walls. As you can see, the tentacle likes to get stuck in the wall, and you'll actually see one or two where I actually died once or twice because I thought he hadn't dropped it yet. And so I was waiting for it, and he smacked me.
I did this flawlessly once with a faith-based build. I can't guarantee it'll work, but before grabbing the outfit, I had my great lightning bolt up, and while he was asleep, I got in a few pot shots and finished him off before he was able to do too hell of a lot.
I haven't tried that. Mainly because, as you can see, even using the powerful spell, I don't do a whole lot to his health. Simply because your Great Lightning is probably like the equivalent of my crystal soul sphere.
Probably. And I was nearly completely faith-based at this point. I had very little in the way of armor or endurance or anything.
Well, I wanted to have endurance simply because it makes it easier to run around if you want a little bit more armor, which you kind of need because a lot of the bosses higher end, see there, it's almost phased out and you can still kind of hit it. But yeah, it's pretty well this over and over again. And as you can see, we're doing 414 here. I think when we swing the sword, we do maybe a fourth of that. So I really try to avoid doing that.
Yeah. The lightning attacks from the Knights of the Sun or whatever you call that guild at the beginning. It's actually a pretty good attack.
Yeah. And you can probably use one of the... I think there's... symbol that basically you need enough faith to actually cast the spells, but it does the damage based on intelligence.
Oh, that's the Talisman of Velka.
And I probably have that, it's just I never had enough faith to actually pick up any of the...
There's also there's a catalyst that'll let you cast intelligence that'll let you cast normal spells with your intelligence or with your faith.
Yeah. I think that's the Dark Moon.
Yep, the 10 Dark Moon catalyst.
That's one you get for combining what's-his-face's soul with...
The one that looks like a girl? Yeah.
With any
catalyst.
Yep.
I prefer using the 10 Banishment catalyst because it sucks.
Yeah. And...
anyways, that was Ceaseless Discharge.
Yep. And we're going to show you some of what opened up on the lava lake. We actually don't come back till later because there's not much sense in advancing too much further than that one Capra demon over to the side, because you're eventually going to run into the golden door orange door, whatever it is, only opens when you receive the Lord Vessel from Princess Guinevere.
Yeah, and it's Gwendolyn that has the Dark Moon.
I wanted to flip it when I went to say the Dark Moon guy.
They both have girly names.
Because Gwendolyn was raised as a girl due to his moon-based powers.
Weird that the sun-based god had a moon-based child, huh?
Not all that weird.
Well, from a scientific standpoint, not all that weird, but from a genetic standpoint, doesn't really make all that much sense.
Still does. Because genetic is scientific. Because the moon is just an altered reflection of the sun's energies.
But you wouldn't expect... No, that's a bad example. You wouldn't expect lava to produce water.
Just in case you actually decided you want that Chaos Flame Ember.
The large fire ember is also somewhere down here.
That's the Capra Demon he was mentioning. I just wanted to see what this was and to show you that basically the entire advantage that guy had was the fact that he could pretty well hit the entirety of the room. Because we shred him just as quickly. It's just when we have enough room to actually move around, we murder the guy in a hurry.
That and these are minor Capra Demons. Anyways, if you're a human and go down the stairs that the Capra Demon was just guarding, you can,
And this one time my triple rolling technique didn't backfire on me. Normally that third roll sends me barreling off a cliff.
Oh, that was the stairs. While human, Night Kirk. Yeah.
Yep. But I haven't turned human because...
Of whatever. Anyways, this has been the Caydor Presents Sword and Age Quick Guide Part...
something. Though it's Adventures in Random presents a Caydor presentation of Caydor's Quick Guide. Something, part something, random outro closure.
Peace out.
No giving the microphone a blowjob. Now you're giving it a hand